It was intense. The place was so jam-packed, you literally could not move. And these three kind of daggy-looking guys come out. I mean, they were striking in that there was no massive light show. The amps were kind of piled up everywhere, and there wasn't any special backdrop. There wasn't any special lighting. It was just these three guys standing out there absolutely cranking it. And it was quite clear that, you know, this is a really, really good rock and roll band right at the top of their game.
I'm just wondering what band you've come here to see today.
Nirvana.
Definitely Nirvana. Nirvana.
Nirvana, of course.
Definitely Nirvana.
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 The Violent Femmes. Yeah.
You got a Nirvana t-shirt on though?
Yeah, I know, because I didn't have a Violent Femmes on.
The song is called Smells Like 30-something.
So Nirvana were at the end of the day inside the Horden, and it was very difficult to get into. You know, you just got in the door. It was just absolutely packed. They had the #1 album in America, so we knew they were huge. They were bigger than Michael Jackson. But it was still a surprise at how many people were in the Horden. The band were fantastic, great sound, you know, great performance, but really the atmosphere was bigger than the band. The moment was bigger than the band. The crowd were amazing, and you had this feeling that you were, all of these things had come together. This was one of those rare moments that you really felt that, you know, all these things had come together in one place.
This was something. We had a feeling that it was, hey everyone, we're experiencing something here. There's something happening here that we're gonna feel for a long time. This is the moment. I have goosebumps right now. It's like Animal from the Muppets emerged from behind his drum kit, kicked everything off, came down, smashed a few things up, and that's what we were left with walking out.
Well, welcome to Australia for the first time, and congrats on the way that the LP has gone. Has it surprised you? Are you blown away?
No. Yes. Yeah.
Well, it's also kicking in for you in a big way overseas, and was there much pressure on you to stay back home and consolidate them?
No.
No?
No. The answer is no.
Fine. Okay.
I do remember it was really crowded, but I was with my friend who I lost after about 10 minutes because we were, you know, music snobs. I remember we went to the bar and pushed our way down to the front. And I remember within about 10 minutes, I'd completely lost the friend I'd gone with. It was just mad moshing. And I would just be swept away on a sea of people out sort of to the side of the stage. And I had to get out. As much as I was loving it, it was too full on. It was one of the most crazy gigs I'd ever been to. I mean, it was sort of exciting because, you know, we'd waited a while to see them. I've been a fan of them since, I don't know, in the late 80s, I guess, when Bleach came out. But it was also, yeah, it was like, oh my God, this is, you know, they're too popular now. You know?
I thought it was terrific that they were getting a wide audience, that people were getting turned on to some really good sounding, serious rock and roll, what 3 people could do. I thought it was great. There's better gigs I've seen, but in terms of an experience and anticipation and all different ingredients that go into seeing a show, yeah, I mean, it was palpable even before going into the venue, out the front of the Palace in St Kilda that night. You know, that was a huge buzz.
I remember being not like blown away by it, like feeling a little bit like, I don't know, maybe a little bit let down from all of the vibe and all of the fuss, which is not to say that it was, you know, like bad or anything like that. Yeah, I guess I wasn't as ravey about it as everyone else seemed to be afterwards as well either. It certainly doesn't stand out as like one of the greatest gigs I've ever been to or anything like that.
Last night in Canberra, the audience saw Nirvana at the pinnacle of their success. The concert sold out 10 days ago.
They're world famous, you know. Everyone wants to see Nirvana.
Kurt Cobain is so beautiful, and they're so good too.
Nirvana are real. There's nothing pretentious about them or anything like that.
The ANU refectory was at capacity with 1,400 people inside and another 1,000 fans outside without tickets. Suddenly, the thought of not seeing the band for some was too much. The side door was ripped off its hinges and the crowd poured in.
So I was watching the band just cranking up on the stage, and then I remember looking to my left and there was a whole other show going on. The crowd outside began crawling in through the lower windows of the Unibar, and then all of a sudden the windows started to smash in and people were just crawling through the broken glass. And I remember thinking, there's a venue capacity and then there's actual capacity, and we'd hit that because it was tight.
It's just one of those cultural moments. It just hit a nerve and absolutely took off.
It was the sound of the sort of underground going overground, I guess.
I think a lot of people might have moved away from it because it had so much commercial success, but it really set the tone for the 90s.
I still loved that album, but you know, I will stand by my Bleach is a better album.
It sounds as fresh and, you know, it's got as much energy 30 years later, I think, as when it first was released.
I think I ended up like lending it to someone. I've never got another copy because, you know, you don't have to go far to hear songs from it.
It opened up a world of slightly more chaotic music for me, so I thought it was a really good door.